If you have not liked and subscribed, don't forget to like and subscribe. Today we're going to talk about SPY, what happened and why we had a big dump in SPY. And we can see like there was kind of clue like this short-term rally was not gonna last. We did have some sign, but today we just saw that, right? Like really huge dump. So hopefully you guys didn't caught up, or you didn't were basically like full on call mode. But we're gonna talk about what really happened, look at the chart, and what we can expect next. So let's get it started, right? So today was the day when Fed Jeremy Powell, right? He had the meeting notes from the Jackson Hole meetings, and he was really a lot more hawkish. Basically, like I think the whole rally was. So let's kind of start, right? So what really happened was this was around in May, right? May. After that, like initial dip, we basically kind of rallied, but we are kind of stuck in this level, right? 408, 417 level, and you can see that almost for 2 weeks we were in this really tight range. So it had to be go up or down. There it was evident, but I think that's when we got the CPI data. We got like 8.5 or 8.6, I forgot the number, but kind of pretty bad CPI data. At least that's how the market took it, and we basically nosedive it, right? Like it was very tight range, we nosedive it, we just keep like going really like uh, basically like gap down, gap down, gap down, and kind of found our bottom at 364. Ever since we just had like kind of Fed was like kind of pivoting, they were not going to be as strict as before, and there were chances, right? We're doing seeing like 0.75 rate hike, and they were maybe now it's kind of getting control, we're gonna do 50 and not raise any more rates. But that's what really happening. So but now if you look at that, right, then after that kind of we had a lot of earnings too. Earnings were coming pretty decent, earnings were pretty good too, right? But if you really look at the mega things, Fed has really power, right? It all comes down to interest rate, how aggressive Fed gets, and if Feds. And basically market was like, now just chill out, the Fed is gonna relax, Fed gonna not be that aggressive, they will kind of like lose out, the earnings are pretty good, and seems like basically the inflation has peaked at about 8.5, not it's not going anymore, right? That's what everybody assumption. But today's what happened, they were like, hey, inflation is maybe peaked, but it's not even controlled. The goal of Fed is to bring inflation down to 2%. And if you look at last 2 months, we are at 8.5, right? Way above the 2% what Fed really wants, right? So to bring that, like Fed has to keep raising the interest rate, and it could go so much, right? When interest rate rises, all these company, right, whatever loan they have, whatever expansion they want to make, it becomes expensive. Money is no more free, right? Now to get a loan you gotta pay interest, it gets expensive. That's why a lot of these, like it's hard to get money for those, right? So that's when this big dip was. So that's what today, if you like, we're the and if you look at the labels, right, like one thing is this is 7 and 21, so 8 and 21, right? This is 8 and 21, I forget. Yeah, 8 and 21. So 8 and 21, right? You see that 8 days were up, really uptrend. We were basically curving down like right before we had that gap down, so kind of curving down and slowly kind of going up too. But today we basically saw it, right? Massive curve, like massive down, right? Like and I mean this will definitely go down now. So I mean there's no point in kind of. And the other things, if you really look at, was this label I was talking, like 18, right? I mean 15 to 18. This was really before resistance, right? It acted as a good resistance, so now it was acting as a support, it breached out, and oh boy, it was a mass. I mean this is like biggest candle, right? Like almost if you look at like what's the percentage. 3.4. Well, I could have just look at here, but yeah, almost 3.4, 3.5%, right? Pretty massive day. I think we have seen 6 or 7, like not many days you see that 7% down. So this is definitely massive. That's the other few days we see it, but this was really massive. Now what do we look, where do we see right now? Basically I think next support gonna be right around 400, and see if it holds. If it doesn't hold, we are probably going to 388 and maybe go out. It all depends, right? Fed is kind of bearish, and if Fed raise 75%, if one or more, I think one is coming soon, so it could be pretty bad out there, right? So yeah, again, I mean, this kind of I mean, you can trade depending. Volatility is really great. I traded a little bit, made a little bit money, but basically this is not a really market to kind of go long, at least for now, right? So let's see how the market handles. Maybe we'll get like, if you get like this. And other things I wanted to kind of show was kind of volume, right? Like it was kind of showing. So if you look at this was the rally, right? Like this was the rally, like pretty massive rally from almost like 370 to 430 within a month or so, like July 15, right? July 15 to August 15, pretty much a month, right? In a month, we literally pretty big rally, almost what? Yeah, 15%. That's huge, right? 15% month, but basically it's just gonna pretty much wipe out in maybe 3 4 days if we have pretty bad. But one thing you want to see is like the rally, we want to see the increasing volume, right? But if you look at this, we had a pretty big volume here, but here it was rallying, but the volume is basically going down, right? Price going up, volume going down. But now you see you have a big gap, red day. But look at this volume, like huge volume, right? That's basically signals like a lot of people sold today, right? And hence the price too. So kind of justify, right? Big volume and big price drop. And if you look at like hourly chart, it was pretty huge. Look at this. We had a huge dump, a little bit after market, a little bit, but we went up to 403. So I mean, 400 is not out of sight, pretty near, right? So yeah, that's, and the other things I kind of realized was when we have this kind of day, right? So look at this stock like a firm, right? So think about it. What does a firm do, right? Pay now and later, right? When interest rise, people has like not too much money. They pay a lot of interest in a lot of other things, and it's kind of harder, right? And other things like the risk of default kind of increases, right? So these companies get really, when the Fed was kind of changing, right? They will be kind of light. We saw that big rally from the bottom, almost like 23. We went like what, 23 to almost 40, right? There was a 40, but suddenly, like in 3 4 days, we literally went from like 40 to 24, like within few days. So if you really look at like, and if you look, SPI and everything's were what, 3 4%, but from was 6%. So if you're an option trader, like that's a really good opportunity to like really good opportunity to take benefits. I mean, I think they had earnings too, so probably like that kind of didn't help either. But if you look at like overall trend, right, like before earning too, when they were very light, it was kind of going up, now kind of going up. Yeah, that's it for today. That's I just wanted to kind of provide a quick update. Yeah, if you have any question or comment below. Other than that, have a great day and thank you all. Bye.